Hey everyone, welcome back to another explainer. So, if you've ever been called lazy or, secretly worried that your messy habits are kind of holding you back, well, prepare for a major perspective shift. Today we're looking at research pointing to 7 distinct signs that your perceived laziness is actually high-level efficiency. We are diving deep into the single most powerful psychological hook of the whole shebang. Seriously, we're going to completely validate those habits you've been feeling so guilty about.
Let's be totally honest for a sec. How many times have you looked at a messy desk or, say, a completely disorganized bedroom and just felt this sudden wave of guilt wash over you, right? You know you're a highly productive person, yet there's that annoying, nagging voice in your head telling you that you should be doing things the proper way. But what if that guilt is literally totally unnecessary? What if the very things you've been constantly apologizing for are actually the secret engines of your success? Which brings us to Section 1, the laziness paradox, and exactly why your guilt is totally misplaced.
For generations, society has basically handed us this incredibly rigid, one-size-fits-all definition of productivity, and it just automatically labels certain totally natural behaviors as lazy. Well, we are flipping that script today, and look, this isn't just about making excuses for a messy room. Actually, your brain is an insanely complex machine, and what feels like a behavioral flaw, it's actually a hidden advantage. Your brain is just aggressively prioritizing exactly where your mental energy goes. Moving on to Section 2, flaws or IQ markers. Let's reframe the narrative.
So traditionally, stuff like messiness and perceived laziness are just viewed as, common flaws. But when we actually reframe the narrative here, we start to see these exact traits as literal markers of intelligence and high-level efficiency. It's wild. Your brain isn't just failing to organize things, it's actively refusing to waste precious processing power on things that simply don't matter to your core objectives. It's saving the good stuff for what actually counts. That leads us to Section 3, selective organization explained. This is the psychological hook. Okay, so this specific phenomenon is actually called selective organization. It's defined as a state where a person is messy in one specific area, but absolutely hyper-organized in their work systems. I just want to let that breathe for a second. Let it sink in, because this is the big aha moment. You see, you aren't universally messy. No way. You are consciously or even subconsciously choosing exactly where to deploy your organizational bandwidth.
In the real world, it basically looks like this. You might have a messy bedroom, complete with, that one single chair piled unbelievably high with laundry. Come on, we all have that chair. But simultaneously, your professional systems are completely flawless. Your spreadsheets are color-coded to perfection, and your digital files are just perfectly tagged. Having a chaotic physical space sitting right next to a massively high-output workflow, that is not laziness, my friends. That is ruthless prioritization. All right, Section 4, mental efficiency personified. Let's get to the ultimate takeaway here. It all really boils down to this incredibly powerful concept. You are mental efficiency personified. Seriously, think about it. Leaving a physical space messy just so you have 100% of your mental RAM available to, say, build a business strategy or solve some wildly complex problem, that totally proves your brain is operating at its absolute peak. You aren't dropping the ball at all. Actually, scratch that, you are playing a much, much higher level game. You have literally hacked your own energy reserves. So I'll leave you with this. Where in your life are you selectively organized? Now that you fully understand the psychological hook behind your perceived laziness, I really want you to look around your life today. Try to spot those hidden IQ markers for yourself. The very next time you see a massive pile of unsorted mail, right after completely crushing a huge project, do not feel guilty, not even for a second. Just recognize your brilliant, highly efficient brain working exactly as it should. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.